Alright, folks, this is going to be a quick video. Um, I'm not talking about Ukraine and Russia. I'll do that another time. I've already been posting so many stuff about it on Twitter and whatnot. But I want to discuss something that's really been pissing me off, and that's what's happening in Texas with the gender affirming children being basically, if you're a parent and you gender affirm your kid, you're basically going to get called for basically child abuse, which is, I mean, going after trans kids. These people are going after fucking kids. Okay, so when these motherfuckers say that they want to protect the children, they are lying to you. They don't fucking care about these kids. They don't care about kids. They never fucking did. And they keep playing that game with people when they say, "Oh, we care about the." You don't care about the children. First off, let me break down why these motherfuckers are probably doing this shit. Because Abbott and his attorney general, first off, his attorney general is under investigation for committing financial potential fraud. And it's very convenient that he decided, yeah, we're going to pass this bullshit about going and we're just going to start going after trans kids. When your ass has a fucking case for fraud. How convenient. And don't get me started on Governor Abbott, who fucked up the fucking Texas power grid. Doesn't want to talk about, his bullshit abortion laws, which have basically backfired in his face, right? It's like these guys are trying to get right wing clout for the elections coming up soon. That's basically what they're trying to do. They're trying to fervor their right wing base at this point, right? And that's the whole point of why they're doing this, right? Especially the AG who has the nerve to go after trans kids when this motherfucker has a case on him for fraud. You're being investigated for potential fraud, asshole, and now you decide we're gonna, you know what, in order to save my ass, I'm gonna go after children? We're gonna go after the parents of these children? Texas is fucked at this point. Same for Florida, too. We all know why DeSantis is also acting like a fucking idiot too with his other bills that want to be passed down in Florida. We all know why they want to do this in Florida. First off, DeSantis, you tried hiding all the COVID numbers of your infected population in Florida. You tried firing your medical staff for not revealing any amounts of people that are infected in your fucking state. You're basically your social safety net system in Florida was so bonk and bullshit and went to the ground. You guys didn't help nobody in your fucking state. So now you're trying to cover us up and try to play, you're trying to basically throw flying monkeys at people to further your base, talking about, oh, critical race theory. The further, that's what I've always said. You're treating you guys like you're flying monkeys for them. They don't care about you people. They don't fucking care about you. The only reason why DeSantis is doing the critical race theory thing is to shore up his election and to ignore the fact that his handling of COVID as governor was complete dog shit. That's why he's doing this. That's why it's convenient all of a sudden that CRT has become a panic. Notice how this started becoming a panic when the red states started to get higher rates of COVID deaths and COVID infections. Hmm. Notice the pattern that all of a sudden CRT is the devil? This is the reason why I'm talking about this anti-trans bill that's happening for, because I think these guys are doing it for cynical reasons. These guys do not give a fuck about their voters or anyone else to do this except for themselves and to save their own asses. Because the fact that you had an attorney general who's under potential investigation for fraud conveniently decides to push this anti-trans, going after trans kids bill, or basically law in place in Texas, and Abbott agreed with him. Don't you think it's a little, suspect that he did that when he's under investigation for fraud? Looks like someone's trying to create a controversy so no one doesn't talk about his ass being possibly in jeopardy over his fraud case. That's what it seems like to me. And it's fucked up that they're trying to go after trans kids. And it's true, these right wing evangelicals, they say that we got to target those people now, trans people, because we have lost the argument when it comes to other people of the LGBTQ community. We've lost it with them. We can't win. What we have left is going after trans people. And, of course, women's rights with abortion, of course. Because we have nothing. Because we're Republicans. We have to do that. Well, we can't talk about how we want to give taxes to rich people and how we love rich people. That's not going to make sense. So we got to throw out this bullshit culture war stuff at people, right? We got to go after women's rights. We have to go after trans rights because our economic message is horseshit. And we know we don't have economic messages because our economic messages give rich people stuff and let the good times roll and everything's going to be great. Because that's basically your message. That's all you fucking have. You guys don't have anything else. Okay? Sorry if I'm very purist right now over this bill and all this stuff because this has been boiling over and I've wanted to express myself about this whole thing that's been happening in Texas and going after trans kids because I know I had the feeling that especially when I heard that this AG was under investigation for fraud, I said to myself, these motherfuckers actually did that. They were willing to do this shit. To actually be like, you know what? Fuck these kids. We're gonna go after them because I have to save my own ass. Because I could potentially go to fucking jail for committing fraud as an attorney general. Seriously, fuck these people. Fuck these people that they're trying to go after kids like this, who did nothing to them. Nothing. They're going to make up some ideological reason as to, oh, we're doing this because, blah, 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 blah. You know what? I'm even more cynical about it when it comes to that whole thing. I don't even think they believe in it. They're doing this for themselves. What's What's sad is those who actually believe in the thing ideologically. I don't give a fuck about them either. But these politicians that are doing it, I think it's just pure cynicism, especially from Abbott and his fucking AG. They're doing this to save their fucking asses. Because what they've done in Texas, and DeSantis himself too, is trying to basically prop himself up for 2020 elections. Do I really think they believe that what they're saying? I don't. I'm being honest. I don't believe a fucking word these guys say. You can't think that these guys are ideologically consistent, especially with the Republicans. What their ideologically consistent is about believing that rich people can do everything good and we just have to give them money and just leave them alone. That's the only ideological consistency that they have. That's fucking it. I don't trust their other ideological inconsistencies. I don't trust it. I just don't. Evangelical Christians, the other, wackos out there, yeah, they're true believers, whatever. Even though some of them buy into prosperity gospel bullshit, but whatever. But going after trans kids, sending people, separating them from their own parents. And I'm always going to keep mentioning the Attorney General for Greg Abbott, for Abbott. Just so your fucking AG can distract from the fact that he has a fraud case on him. Because that's the reason why he did it. That's why he decided we're gonna push forward this thing going after trans kids and saying that it's child abuse. Oh yeah, because you got a case on your ass. Because you committed fraud. Jesus Christ, people. Okay, that's my video for today. I just wanted to say this point. And personally, when it comes to Republicans and all these right wingers and all that, There are true believers out there, but people like Abbott and his AG and these other fuckers like DeSantis, I'm really starting to wonder if these guys are genuinely believe what they're saying or they're cynical, egotistical psychos who only care about themselves. And I think the interpretation of that one is the latter, not the other way around, that they're actually ideologically principled. I don't think so. I just don't. Right? They're doing this to feed their bases red meat to get people. That's why they're doing this. Okay? To go after fucking kids. That's an even bigger shame. Going after fucking kids. And to fuck and also fuck these parents who are going to attempt to harm trans kids, do this bullshit with it where they can't come out. And do like forcible abuse stuff on them. You don't love your kids. You don't fucking love your kids. Stop saying you love them. This isn't tough love. You do not love your fucking kids. Stop lying to yourself. You don't love your kids. I'm just being blunt with it. I don't care. If you are willing to abuse your kids, to force them to not be who they are, you don't fucking love your kids. You just want your kids to be a clone of yourself. You want your kids to feel your bullshit expectations, not understanding that that kid is a person. Jesus. Anyhow, I'm gonna close the video here because uh, I'm making too much noise. I just got back from Sweden and I'm hearing the developments. I was on Twitter. I was away for a while. Wasn't really on Twitter. I was on Twitter. It was mostly about the Ukraine thing, but I just got back to the States and I'm hearing what's happening in Texas and everything. That's just that shit's just been riling me up. Um, because it's just fucked up. You just don't do that. You just don't do that. You don't go after kids like this. They did nothing to you just because of who they are, who they want to affirm to who their identity, who they really are. You're just harming these kids. Some of them you're psychologically traumatizing them, and you think that's good? That you're damaging these kids? You think you're doing quote unquote God's work? I'm gonna leave this video with one instance, especially to those who actually do believe this shit. If I was the Antichrist, I would not disguise myself as being someone who believes in rights of other people, rights of LGBTQ people, marginalized people. I would never ever disguise myself amongst those people because they would catch me faster. They would know I'm the Antichrist before even you religious whack dogs would know I'm the Antichrist. If I was the devil and if I was the Antichrist, as you guys keep claiming everything is with the devil and everything, I would walk among you guys. You folks would be the perfect vessel for me being if I was the Antichrist. It wouldn't be those people, it would be you, the self righteous assholes who believe they're doing the Lord's work in harming children. Just a thought right there. None of you guys ever thought maybe it's bullshit. There's no such thing as an antichrist. But if you guys believe in this shit, right? What makes you think that that being wouldn't walk amongst yourselves? That he's not the pastor who's preaching anti LGBTQ stuff. He's not the person that's preaching hatred. But again, all this bullshit at the end of the day, it's all about white Christianity. And that's what it is at the end of the day. Repackaged. It doesn't really fucking matter. I mean, the conservative Christianity that we all follow is white Christianity at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what country adopts that verdant view of Christian conservatism, it still comes from the white conservative Christian European lens at the end of the day. And I'm gonna say that to the same people, even people of color, who buy into this other patriarchal bullshit logic. Y'all are just basically taking what the master taught you and regurgitating this. I said it. That goes for them too. So, so, um, mass, slave owner gave you Jesus, and you guys just ran. I mean, hey, if you want to believe in all the conservative bullshit in it, and not the other stuff of the Bible that you guys, of course, tend to ignore, the more liberation aspects of it, because you already know that's how it is half the time. But I'm not gonna get into that at this point because that's just going on a tangent. But I want people to understand this is fucked up what's happening in Texas, and I know this is all based on cynicism from these people. And this connects it directly to with the CRT panic bullshit. It's the same thing. Because it's very clear. It's reached to the pinnacle zenith point that the Republicans literally have no economic policy. They have nothing to offer economically. They have nothing. So they have to rely on this now because they have nothing. They don't have shit. So here we are. Fuckers going after kids.